popular fishing writer, lecturer, and club president, Bob Kaczkowski, more commonly known as Kaz, will be joining me on today's show. Kaz and I will be fishing for the exciting largemouth bass on Fox Lake in central Wisconsin. It's a slow day for fishing, but fishing for largemouths is always enjoyable for me. Join Kaz and I now as we have a good time pursuing one of the most popular sport fish, the largemouth bass. Kaz, we're out here bass fishing, and we got a heck of a lot of boats out here. Are they all after bass too?
No, they're fishing probably perch.
Perch.
The jumbo perch have really been on this past week, the resort owner tells me, and undoubtedly you can see that the information is real. But this is a super largemouth bass lake. The fish are really underfished, and that's what we're going to try to catch a few today, Randy. And we're headed right here for a rock pile. Actually, it's a long bar coming off of this dead island is the name of the island. And the DNR extended this rock bar last year. We're going to have to be a little bit careful here. We don't bottom out, but the wind's with us. What we're going to try to do is work these crankbaits down and in and around the rocks. The crankbaits we're using simulating crayfish, which is the prime forage on this rock bar, which the bass hopefully will be jumping all over these baits.
Well, I have one of those. I think I'll hook it up. I was using a rubber worm right now, which is my...
They might get into that. You know, interesting about the plastic worms, Randy, is that they probably simulate a leech more than anything else, and that's the attraction for the or to the bass. Now we're getting to the hot spot now. Look at these boats. It looks like a Chinese flotilla.
I know it. I'm going to keep playing with my rubber worm here until you catch something on that crankbait, and then I'm going to quickly switch. How many feet of water are we in right now, Kaz?
We're in 8 feet of water.
You find that, I have always found that bass just always seem to hang around in the shallows or around the shorelines. Just any time that I ever go after them. You find that to be the case? Do they ever move out really into deep water?
Well, all the bass can't live in one spot at the same time, Randy. So sure, you have some bass that are shoreline oriented. These here are rock bar oriented, and bass do move out into deep water. However, how deep depends on conditions. It's also relative, you know. And we just got a little hung up here. Happens to the best of us. Professional overtie. What you want to do is get that bait down there. Right, you start hearing that worms start working on those rocks.
Now it's conceivable that we have possibly a rain front moving in. Would that be advantageous to us or not?
Well, normally that's pretty good. However, you know yourself, the weather's been off and on so much, a lot of thunder, and that thunder probably turns them down. It's not so much the rain and the fluctuation in the temperature, more than or what'll do it more than anything else is the thunder. For some reason, it really drives them down. But you're right, they should be coming on a feed with a front like this moving in. Nice overcast day. Now, this spot we're on is a very good walleye spot in the low light hours, evening, and I guess it's really super in the winter. So we'll have to come back ice fishing. Punch a few holes in the water and I can feel my spinnerbait clicking off these rocks, Randy, but nothing down there yet. That's interesting.
You know, I heard a story about another guy's filming a fishing show, and he's going after muskie. And muskie, naturally, if you're going to do a show, you can't just go out for the morning and think you're going to catch something and wrap it up. It could take you a couple days. Well, they didn't have a couple days, and they weren't catching anything, so what they planned out was they were going to have a skin diver out there, and this guy is going to throw this host of the show is going to throw this big plug out, and the skin diver was to intercept it under the water and just grab a hold of the leader itself and just pull and pull and pull. And so this guy was going to carry on, and he really had a big fish on, and fight it for a while. And then what was supposed to happen was the guy underwater was supposed to let go of the lure, and then they're going to pretend that they had a really big muskie on and they lost it. So it'd be really exciting. And he threw it out, and the guy was underneath, and he had his scuba equipment on and all this stuff, and he sees it going by, and it's coming by kind of slow, and so he grabs a hold of the leader, and the guy on the boat just grabs that, and he's pulling, and he sinks the hook and all this stuff, or acting like he is anyway, and he's pulling, and he's saying, boy, I really got a big one on now, and he's fighting the thing and fighting it, and the guy underneath there now, the scuba diver, is realizing that he's got a hold of the leader, which is about 8 inches in front of the lure itself, and this is a big lure full of treble hooks, and if he lets go of this thing, it's going to fly right into his hand instantly and catch him. So he reaches back and he grabs a knife out, and this guy is in his boat, and he's standing up, and he's just pulling and pulling and really putting on a good show, and he pulls his knife out, and he cuts the line, throws the guy right out of the boat into the water.
Oh, what a life of the television.
Here we go.
All right.
Boy, I think I might probably lose it too.
Okay, say that.
Wow, this is about 4 pounds.
I'm into the bottom here.
Wow.
There you go
I
again.
got him right under the mouth.
There you go again. Trying to bleed to death on me. We'll never get this. We'll never get this show taped if you bleed to death on us.
Now, we had a guy back there who was telling us about using buzz baits for bass in here. But I think what I'm going to do is use my artificial water dog.
Yeah, I'm working between the crankbait and the single spin spinner bait. Buzz baits are our good lures. However, they really take active fish. So this guy must have been into some real active fish, and they'll come up on a surface like that and bang them. But I haven't seen any activity this morning of any active fish. Not that they wouldn't hit a buzz bait, but I think what we're working between the combination of plastic bait, spinner bait, and a crankbait, that we'll get into the fish as soon as we find a bit of a pattern here. This area here is a little more steeper than the other island we were working around. We'll drop off into the deepest water in the lake pretty soon. Maybe when we get down to that break, go something like 3 feet, 7 feet, 14, and then 19 feet. Which is the deepest part of the lake, like I said earlier. So then we'll get into some fish in this area. Looks really good with the piers coming up and the branches in the water, a lot of rock there.
Well, that's what appealed to me. Seems that I do my best bass fishing under the docks, right up close to the shorelines, provided that there is some weed growth in the area.
I just got that feeling one's staring my lure down. He's just waiting for the right time to eat it. If you don't eat it, I'm gonna eat the thing. It looks so darn good.
Well, I don't know, Kaz. We're not doing too good. What are you using right now?
I'm using a Rapala Shad Rap, the new hottest lure on the market. I just saw a fish come up over here. I don't know what it was, but... There he is. There he is. There he is. There's a fish. Hold on. There it is.
Oh, it's a nice bass. Got him hooked twice.
Yeah, that's it. He ain't fighting too good here. That's a bigger fish than the last one I got. Come on to Papa here.
Look bigger, or does that look smaller?
It's bigger than the last one, Randy.
It looks bigger.
Come on up here. I want to do this like the pros do on TV. I want to get him right by the lip there.
Fall off the boat,
Oh, yeah,
Kaz.
he's
Give us
fouled
back.
hook. He's fouled hook. There he goes. Come here, boy.
Looks like it's about 2.5, huh?
About 2.5. Yeah, there you go.
All right,
How's
too
that?
shabby.
Nice fish. Yeah, see that? He must have, when I went to set on, I must have turned the other hooks
must have
right
turned,
into him.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to do a little operation on this guy.
I think we better keep it then. He might not make it otherwise.
Okay. Well, what a testimonial for a new lure, huh? Boys at Rapala would sure like this. Oh, he really ate this thing, too. Nice fish.
That's nice.
Nice fish. You can see that. Imitates a crayfish. Color and all. Wiggles down there very nicely.
Yeah, we'll keep that one.
All right, here we go. Just hit that live well aerator there, Andy.
Sure. Well, let's go for number 3.
3, 4, 5. We're not bashful, are we? 6. Just swing us back out here. Get on that brake. You gonna put on your magic lure now?
I don't. I'm gonna try to, if I can remember which one it is.
Just kick my drawer in over there so we don't have all the lures all over the boat. Okay, here he comes, number 3.
How do you like your boat here, Kaz?
It's a sweetheart, isn't it? It's made in town of Lake Mills. Glassway Inc. is the plant. Make a lot of other items aside of the boat. And Lake Mills is just down the road a piece, as they say, but it's truly a fisherman's boat, Randy. You can see it has all the goodies, the live well, the comfortable seating, navigational lights, and you can buy the boat as outfitted as you'd like, or just a plain Jane, as we'd say.
Mm-hmm.
Just for the occasional fisherman, the serious guy, puddle jumper type boats to the big Lake Michigan type boats, and just a super bunch of people. I'm on their pro staff and never repped anybody quite as nice as the people from Tuffy Boats. Got their one of their bigwigs with us tonight, operating behind you over there, Daryl. Daryl's the head of the marine division of the company. Could say he built my boat.
He's the
Built
man
my
trying
boat.
to catch us all of our fish.
That's right. I should ask you how you like the boat. Seems like
I don't have a landing net to boat.
You got one here?
All right. Well, how you do? Nice catch. Nice catch. Nice catch. Yeah. Supposed to get the fish first.
Supposed to have a fish before the net.
Now my lure's gonna fall to the bottom. I got this loop.
Oh, it did. It must. Damn. Oh, wait a minute.
All right, all
I
right.
thought I was hooked up on the bottom here. But... Damn. Hope that doesn't cause problems with my reel. You know, sometimes when you're retrieving these things.
Stay with him, stay with him. Yeah, I saw the loop in your line. There he comes, there he comes.
Jeez.
Good fish, good fish. Looks about as big as the other one, Randy. I thought you went to sleep on me, and here you caught a fish. Way to go, guy.
Well, I try to let the pros catch them first.
It's your show. It's your show. All right.
There we go.
All right.
What do you think this is?
We must have hit a few fish in here. Just keep throwing, and we'll pick up some more fish. That fish goes a couple of pounds, Randy. Nice fish.
Oh, there it goes. Come on, guy. Ow! Bite me. I love you, too. Yeah, that's not too bad.
No, no, let him swim. Live another day.
I wonder if we should... Here we go.
All
What am I
right.
catching?
A giant perch. Ever since you stuck yourself, I think it's that blood is an attractor.
Really? Hey,
They're going after that
wait a minute,
blood.
wait a minute. Don't talk out loud about that. This is going to be the ultimate secret lure.
Remember I told you on our studio show about scenting lures, but I didn't think you'd go to extremes.
There you go, guy.
Dedication to duty. And all I keep catching is weeds. All right, Randy, I think we went to another fish. Same spot. Here he goes. All
Hey,
right.
a fighter. Look at this.
Come on, fish. Come on, fish.
Boy, he read the script.
All right, all right.
This is really
I
it.
tell you, I brought you to the magic spot here.
Hey, this really is, you know what?
Come on, fish here. Look at that. It's a nice, healthy fish.
Get some realism into this, Kaz.
Okay.
Let those hooks tear your thumb open like it did
All
for me.
right. Look at this. Again, both hooks into the fish. Not a good fish.
Hey, that's not too shabby.
I'm trying to...
This is really...
How's that for catch and release, huh? No, that's not the way to do it, folks. However, he's got his freedom, and let's get back to catching some fish.
There's
That fish
something
came
about
right
where
off.
we are right now, you know what? Because this is, we're hitting everything right here.
That's a fish, but it's a little guy. We're in that same spot, Cass, up against some trees.
Yeah, I think that's where we got to be, right up on the shore. Next pass, let's get in closer if we can. Kaz, we're getting closer to noon. Temperature's picking up. Actually, it's getting damn hot out here.
Yeah, it is. And muggy.
How do you find bass action to be now as opposed to 6:30, 7 o'clock this morning? Slow up or?
Well, I'll tell you what, probably they're more active in the wee hours and again late evening hours only because there's more happening as far as what we mentioned before about bait fish and microorganisms being active, so the bass are more active. However, that doesn't mean they all go to sleep. You know, all the fish don't eat at one time, and they all don't become inactive or active at one time. So, what we're working here now is a little bit more quiet and shadier area of the lake. Water could be just a couple degrees different, as far lower that is in temperature, and we just might find a few active fish along this shoreline. But to answer your question, I think you can catch bass any time of the day or night. It's just you have to find the active ones.
Well, we did pretty good in one spot, huh?
Yeah, we did. You know, we had the weather against us really the last few days, and it was only today that the storms broke up, Randy. And we did catch some fish, though, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Especially, you know, it was too bad that camera wasn't running about 5 minutes ago when I hooked onto that 8-pounder, but, you know, things happen.
We had a backlash. We had a backlash in the camera system, didn't we? Just about like you had there. Yeah.
No, I don't know.
It's been a great day. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, we really, at one spot, it was really unbelievable how we were pulling them out of there.
Like I told you last year, this one spot my wife and I hit on was just like that, but fish after fish with others just waiting in line. They were piling their hook fish in, and we were just having a ball. And it happens like that, and then it gets sporadic like it is now. But I really do think that thunder and lightning put those fish down, but
Probably.
fortunate to get what we did get.
Well, I think I'll try one more cast. This will be my lucky cast, I'm sure.
Get your lucky
And
bait
then
on.
maybe we'll just wrap it up. Come out again sometime.
You can bet on that. All right. Randy Goodden Show, final cast.
Final cast.
Take one.
Take one. That's it for me. You can do your take one now. Take it easy now. You might be chasing it.
Here, stop this one. I'm waiting for that one.
Here, there's the bubbles over there. The skin diver is getting up close.
Daryl's turn.
Daryl, our man on the camera boat, who was catching just as many fish as everybody.
And got bit off pretty good, too.
You catch one for us, Daryl?
Do it again.
Well, what do you say we wrap it up?
Okay, guy.
I want to thank you for taking us out here today. It was really a lot of fun.
My
I'm sure you
pleasure.
hit a lot of fish. And some of them weren't too damn bad either, huh?
Can you say that on TV?
Some of them weren't too bad either. Kaz,
Way to go, guys.